thing up again. There we go. Hi. Hello, hello, hello. Good morning. Hope everyone is all right. Good morning, Growlith. Hope you're doing okay. Just a touch. I need to put my phone on charge, especially if I'm going to be going for a walk later. Hello. Right. Still more to assemble. This is one that I started. And I think I stopped because I ran out of glue, I believe. This is a fella who does not sit in his base very well. Where are my tools at? Ugh. Get out! It doesn't want to come out. Ah! I can't get it out of the packet. Damn it, I didn't want to open it like this. The green stuff is so much more firm than the yellow is. Wow, Final Fantasy today. It's the Thursday. Hoping Spook hears back about the days that he wanted to get off today. Though I know that he said before that they tend to be very against giving people days off in December. Which doesn't bode well. Doing this bit of a weird way around because this guy doesn't sit like in his base like at all, really. So I'm going to. I think I have to pick a foot to prioritize that I want to go in the slot, and the other one I'm going to have to make like a little sort of like cushion of this putty for him to sort of sit on. I think I'm going to prioritize that foot being connected. So this one I'm going to try to fill with this, and then on top of it I will put additional glue. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue in there. I'm going to try to put some putty on top of it. Like that. And hopefully the mini itself is going to squish that down into place. We'll put some glue in there, more glue on top of this. To put that foot flush, and that foot squishing down on top of the putty, like that. That's kind of working. And when it's stuck in a couple of seconds, I can mould the putty to better suit the shape. That looks like it's working a treat, actually. This Skeksis looking guy. He's a hook horror. I'm just going to flatten that out a little bit to seam into the ground. Yeah, a bit of KK. that's hopefully stuck him down. A little crumb underneath that claw. I'll try to remember to make sure that the Arc Tale actually goes live tonight. I've already forgotten some of the stuff I needed to do. I uploaded the pictures, didn't I? Oh, right, I needed to double check the actual file itself. That the file was ready for consumers. Whoa. There we go. You know, tomorrow might be a fuck it, I'm gonna do some actual personal work. Like, I label stuff for the shop as personal work, but it kind of isn't, because obviously it's like, I'm making stuff I want to make, but for the purpose of selling, whereas tomorrow I might actually just do something for me. I think that is as much as I will do on him until he dries properly, and then when he dries properly he can have a proper base. Right, and since I have some of this green stuff here, I might as well put the seams on this guy, since he has a very clear line. God damn it, stick to the model, not my finger.
Tell me what exactly I did wrong.
Open to the bone.
And all these flowers you trampled in the garden, replaced with stones. Looking at the two-way mirrors, white chapels and white walls fade away to dreams. Looking at the white veil falling, the promises we made, the
Promises will keep.
They set fire to the forest, hoping they would catch the fire.
Is that still gonna fit in there because I've gone over? Yes, I think it is.
Lilies did turn black as we weathered out the storm. Keep me safe and keep me warm.
Right, a little bit like the mimic, he needs stuff put in his mouth. Which is gonna be hard to do.
Why won't you tell me? Why won't you talk to me at all? Your
Face stuck to your phone. I should put the lid on the glue.
so we're like lilies. Well, we'll still grow without the sun. No, we won't be alone.
Let's go! Cool, thank you for the tier 2. 41 months. Wow, that's almost a year.
Looking at the white veil falling.
Thank you for the tier 2, the rarest of subs. Thank you very much, it is appreciated. Very, very much. Thank you, How you doing this morning, bud? You had your bean juice yet? Hello, Nemo. Lovely to see you as well. Crack open a can of baked beans and drink up. Yes, and get your beans. I love that we discovered that Mario Party game last night. That's going to be a good one in the future. That's going to be a good one to play. I get being juice at work because I usually wake up too late to make breakfast. Terrible. Jail. Jail. I can't just microwave bean juice like it's tea or something. Not to make it. You shouldn't microwave tea. You shouldn't microwave tea. I just realised in my brain, microwaving tea is necromancy. You use it on something that has died, so you don't use necromancy to make a person. You don't use a microwave to make tea. You boil the water. But if the tea has died, you can resurrect it with the microwave, but people will get mad at you, and it is generally frowned upon. So it is the equivalent of necromancy. There you go. Putting tea in the microwave is necromancy. That's the important distinction. Tea should be baked in an oven. Oh, that's too funny to be mad at. Let's grab this guy. I sat there and thought about that for a long while. Let's grab this guy. Make it on the hob. See, making it on the hob is like... It's also bad, but I think is more excusable for people who don't have kettles, because I appreciate that for some reason a kettle is not, like, considered a standard kitchen appliance in some places. America. So I'm like, it will do, I guess, but it's not ideal. I mean, yeah, if you've got no alternative, I suppose. Me and my mum and dad went out to a garden centre this week, and we went to the cafe. They both had coffees, and I had a tea for one, and they actually brought out a teapot and everything, and I was like, yay! Which is so much better value for money, because if depending on how strong you like your tea and the size of the teapot, you can get like 2 to 3 cups. And it gets to brew properly in the pot. On the hob with a classic metal kettle is quite normal. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I know when you. That's the thing is that because a lot of people don't have the classic metal kettles anymore. When you say make it on the hob, especially we're talking about people like Americans again, because I've literally seen it. They literally get like a saucepan to boil water in, and it's like Even if you have an electric kettle, you should have a metal one in case the power goes out. Yes, you should, but people don't. Basically. There's lots of things people should do, but they don't. I don't have a kettle, but I do have a metal teapot. I don't use it very often. I used to have a nice ceramic teapot, and I don't know where it went. It vanished during one of my many moves. Sometime between university and the flat, it vanished. Right, I did not mix up enough for that, so I'm just going to let that dry and literally do the rest, like, later. I'm going to do some gluing, I think. I feel like my English recipe with evaporative tea wasn't available. Can't risk the power going out and being without. Yeah, my mum and dad, I think they still have it. I'm not sure if there is a chance that they don't have it anymore just from age, but I do remember there being a blackout, and I do have distinct memories of us having a little backup gas-powered, like, camping stove that they had kept in the garage. And you know, boiling warm water in a kettle on that. Everything may stop working, but we will make tea on a campfire if we have to do it with a kettle. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Bunch of goblins, like an entire platoon of goblins. We already have a lot of goblins, and yet somehow there are still more goblins. Like, this isn't even, not even an encounter's worth, like a diorama's worth of like probably about 40 goblins of like, that's too much for a DM to manage in combat, but if you're trying to make a set piece. Well, my understanding of English culture is quite outdated. It happens to a lot of families that end up living overseas. They get set in their ways even when the home country has moved on, fair enough. Obviously, it's one of those things where I can't vouch for every home, but I mean, we don't have a backup hob and a kettle. But also, that's just because in this modern age, we have had power cuts, but I don't remember the last time we had. Because I guess the infrastructure is just a lot more stable these days. 30 kobolds. Nah, let's not get too hasty. Let's not get too hasty. That is the thing that saddens me, the freaking bias towards goblins over kobolds. Did you know in 5e, kobolds are a better starter thing for people? Because on their own, they're not as strong. As evidenced by our party of 4 getting absolutely destroyed by a couple of goblins at the very first D&D game we played, because we just didn't know how to play. Kobolds are just better. For me, classic English food comes with a tin, of course, that's because of the family. Classic English food comes in a tin? We eat food other than tin food? What the fuck? It's not the war anymore, Nemo. World War II is over. We have technology. I don't have a backup stove, but I do have canned food and portable water stuffed in a closet. We don't have backup water, but we do have... Me and Spook keep a supply of tin food. But I think that's now a carryover from the pandemic, and also just... We used to do it before the pandemic in case we were sick. Tin food used to be... tin food for us is our backup of... We can't be asked to cook. We're not feeling especially hungry. We're sick. Or something happens, which became the pandemic. Pre-pandemic, we kept a stash of maybe 5 tins, which would be like 3 flavours of soup and 2 tins of beans. Whereas now we keep a bit more of a stash. We tend to keep 2 of everything, but so we have like 4 flavours of soup now. So we have like chicken, tomato, vegetable, and misk, which I think at the moment is oxtail and mushroom. 2 tins of beans. We also have a tin of spaghetti. I have a tin of red kidney beans, which funnily enough I'm probably going to use tonight because I'm going to put them in some fajitas. Spook has a tin of chili con carne, which is basically food for him if I am too unwell to make him food. If you put your fish and chips on a plate, it's wrong. Gotta eat it out of a bag! Comes in a bag! Or wrapped up in paper. Yeah, having said that, family used to own chip shop in England and food comes in paper. Yes, if you get fish and chips from a chip shop, it comes wrapped in paper. That is a correct fact. I will not judge anyone if they are going to go home and eat it. Feel free to put it on a plate if you want, if it's cleaner. But if you're out and about and you've gone to a chippy, they will give it to you in a bag and you just eat that shit out the bag. We don't stand on ceremony here. If Nerin was here, they would confirm. We once went to, when they were here, we went to a chippy to get some fish and chips and various other things. And then we went up to Beacon Hill, which is the highest point in the Birmingham area. And we went and watched the sunset, and we sat on a bench, because obviously there's lots of benches up there, and ate fish and chips out of the paper, watching the sunset, and it was really sweet, and it was really nice, and it was, you know, core memory unlocked. Lovely time. Bag, you posh twit, it comes in paper, typically old newspaper, that's a dying media. It's not that it's a dying media, I believe a law was passed to say that they shouldn't use newspaper because the ink gets on your food and is bad for your health. They're not supposed to use newspaper anymore for that reason. Although I do know that some fish and chip shops actually get like special food paper printed with newspaper print because of the aesthetic, which is very silly and a little bit fair. But yeah, it's all wrapped in paper and is put in the bag, Nemo. You gotta have it in the bag to carry it. It's wrapped in paper, put in the bag. Chips in paper, in bag. Bag, chips, bag, paper. But yeah, I seem to remember that was a thing at some point of they were like, hey, don't use newspaper because the ink is like really soluble and the paper is really, really cheap. So it's really bad for you. So don't do that. Carry paper bundle like baby, no bag needed. I guess if it's one person, yes. Because they'll put the chips and the fish all together in one. But when we're ordering for multiple people, because some people have different things, so they have like chips, fish, battered sausage, maybe like some scallops, curry sauce. It's all too much, so they put it in a bag. It's a matter of quantity. And then you eat it out of the paper. If it's on the go kind of meal, you ask them to do it in a bouquet. Yes, or just a cone if you're if you're common from around here. Can I get a cone of chips, please? Just hold it. Can I get a cone of chips, please? Which I think is the same thing. We don't call it a bouquet. It's a cone. Cone of chips. All I can say is I'm uninterested in having mushy peas or HP sauce. HP sauce is fine. It's not my go-to because I tend to prefer ketchup, and generally you will always have the option of ketchup because it's the default one. Mushy peas I do like. In fact, I would say that I generally enjoy mushy peas more than garden peas, which can be a controversial statement sometimes. Though my dad also enjoys mushy peas. But Andy is a, ooh, no, garden peas. And I'm like, they're fine, I'll eat them. But if given the choice, do you want mushy or garden? Well, mushy please. Mushy. Yeah, mushy, mushy. Hi, Pirate. He is going to fit on there. Okay. Excuse me. We didn't feel a million things. And a perfect dream of life. Gone, fragile but free. We remain tender together, if not so in love. It's not so wrong. I've had some chip shops that do gluten-free chips, so happy. Hey, nice! The trend around here at the moment is there's chips, and they also do battered chips, which are so bad for you, but taste so good. No one has eaten HB sauce in this house for 10 years, but I always have HB sauce in the house until the day I die because of tradition, apparently. That's a chips, Dan. Yeah, that's the new trend. I feel like it's cropped up in the last, like, 2 years, maybe? I was devastated when English friends said they don't know what Fray Bentos was. What? Deported. Passport revoked. Ooh, that fits in, like, perfectly. That fits in perfectly with the lip, with, like, no need to put putty in. It's like a hairline fraction of clearance that you probably wouldn't see once it's been painted. That's lovely. I love that for me. College of Valor Bard. They have an instrument, but a very, very long sword. They moved permanently to Japan, so... Oh, I see. Fair enough. They didn't want to be here anyway. There's so many guys based. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, this one's 13, 14. And there is still more to do. There is always more to do. I'm probably gonna fish them out the box. I'm close to being able to get rid of the box, which would be such a landmark. That would be such a milestone in getting through the horde of minis, getting rid of the box that they came in. We had about 7 of them, and now I'm down to 1. Not that the minis are done, but just that they are out of the box, have been assembled, and in some cases had a base put on. So, for whatever reason, getting into a tin of Fray Bentos' challenge rating is higher than any other tin I've come across. Correct. I don't remember the last time I had one. But yes, they are difficult to get into. I have had one. A long time ago. Okay. Let's open the box. What is this? It is a large guy with a sword. I think that was a twist off rather than a cut off. Jesus. This is a large man. Good lord, that's a large shield as well. And a teeny tiny head. What's Frey Bentos? The name rings a bell, but I'm drawing a blank. You've probably seen them on the shelves. They typically do like tinned food and pies and stuff. It's a food brand. You know, those big circular like pies that you can get in a tin, but they also just do like tins of, well, tin stuff. You can get tins of the pie filling. I think Spook had Frey Bentos last, because I think he had a Frey Bentos chili once. You'd recognise it if you Googled it. If you Googled it and looked at the picture, you'd be like, oh yeah, I've seen that at those on the shelves. Yeah, I think they do tin stuff, basically. So they do like tinned fillings and things as well, but what they are known for is like the tinned pie, like the whole pie, not like pie filling, though they do sell pie filling, but like a whole pie in a tin, which obviously amongst British culture goes down a treat. Are they the ones that do that weird tin chicken? Potentially, yes. Potentially. So they do like a tinned chicken pie, you know, crust and all. So that's going there. God damn it, when they do people this size. Of like, is that supposed... He's the size of a normal person, and then they put them on a base like this, and I'm like, well, I can't put that on a standard, you know, 28mm base, can I? That's not a standard size. So is he going on an extra large base? He might have to. I don't know. Why do we bother coming up with universal sizings if people aren't using them? Just to be clear, this is not a pot pie and is a canned pie. Yes, it comes in a tin. It is what they are known for, a canned pie. Which basically do for the people of just like, you know, baking a pie is hard. Understandable. They have made one in a tin. Pastry's so good, amazing thing, it works so well from a tin, it really does. I imagine it's achieved with a unholy amount of lard and butter. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And salt. Preservatives. All that jazz. His head fell off. Like, good lord, those things are probably not good for you. Which is probably why I've not had a large amount of them, even before, like, you know, the 2000s when people started to become more health conscious. I think my mom was always very health conscious and aware of what she was feeding us as kids. So, like, I love a good pie. I am a pie person. But mum was never the kind of person to be like, well, we'll just get a Frey bento one. She'd be like, no, we'll go get a good one. Oh, now I'm thinking about the pie factory again. Whoa. There's a place in Dudley called the Pie Factory, which, don't let the name mislead you, it's not a factory, it's a restaurant, but that's the name. That just does pies, and my god, are they good. Oh, those are some good pies. Well, he's all glued together. I don't think he's going to need any clay, because his seams, frankly, are pretty well hidden. Lord knows what base he's going on. I think he might just stay on that. I think maybe this might be a mini I don't base. Because, like, I can't... Like, being on the rock makes him look bigger, but, like, if you ignore the rock, he's about the size of a person. But the base is way too big for a person-sized base. So when you put him on a monster base, he's the same size of a monster, but that's including the rock. So, like... I don't know. So... Me, I care. We have had the Cheesecake Factory, so yeah, but I wanted to make the clarification. Don't want to be a pie. Don't like gravy. What the fresh hell is this? I cannot tell. Cool, you're not supposed to do that. Come on. Have you seen the Halloween costume someone did of Babs? I did not! I need to find it and post it in the Discord. I didn't know that we needed a Chicken Run 2, but Chicken Run 2 wasn't that bad, actually. So I remember even saying, I was like, did we really need a Chicken Run 2? And then I watched it and I was like, you know what, this was okay. This wasn't bad. I don't know if it's gone out of business, I haven't seen one in a while, fair enough. It's amazing but horrifying. It's the eyes, isn't it? It's one of those things where when they're animated in the film, it's okay because they blink and there's a slight charm to how they move. But when it's just the static figure with the soulless, unblinking eyes. Whoa. Then films take a long time to make. Yes, I think they said it took them 6 years to do that. If you haven't seen it, it's on Netflix, and there's also a 30-minute documentary on Netflix as well about the film, which was fascinating to watch. Which, if you have not seen, would recommend. I really liked that they talked about they talked about the scene when she was walking down the stairs. Because they were like, we wanted to, like, she's coming down a spiral staircase, but they wanted her to be backlit the entire time. So it was just interesting about how they, like, were moving the light in each shot. Me? How's anybody supposed to fly on wings in that condition? Honestly, demons are terrible at keeping their wings in good shape. Oh, it's his tail. Interesting. I enjoyed the part one as well. I don't think I've disliked any of them, come to think of it. Yeah, I'd say all of Aardman's stuff has been good. I think Aardman does make good things. And maybe that is partially due to the fact that because it takes so long, they have to think very carefully about what they are doing. Because they don't, you don't want to be reshooting a shot or having to fix something in post of like, nope. So they think carefully about what they do. Did you spot Feathers McGraw? Did you see him? Did you see? For some reason, that's basically the reason the Darth Jar Jar theory exists. Explain. I mean, Darth Jar Jar is canon now, isn't it? Because of that Lego thing? There's a Darth Jar Jar in it now. Is it like a TV show? I assume it's a TV show. I don't think it's a game. It's very funny to me that someone finally caved and were like, fine, we'll make it canon. But it's gonna be in an alternate universe. Throws toys out of pram. Jar Jar's a 3D model and they had him doing things that only somebody with at minimum force powers could do. I see. No organic being could do that. Where does the tail rest on the base?
I looked out this morning and the sun was gone. Turned on some music.
No, that is the way around that's supposed to go. Oh, it doesn't rest on the base. It's just held up. It does not rest on the base. Okay. I should probably do tail then wings, I think. Just gonna say it. Man got cheeks. like miming out Padme's words while she was saying them when they were on Tatooine. I have seen that movie, but I'm not a Star Wars fan, so I'm just going to nod and be like, okay. I've seen Star Wars, but I'm not like a Star Wars crazy person. I'm like, okay, they were good, and then I got on with my life. Although I have seen the Tumblr theory of Force-sensitive Han Solo, which was fun to read. I watch them as an adult, so I don't have the nostalgia factor. See, I did watch them when I was young. Like, I remember for a while my brother was a Star Wars kid, because he had, like, the Darth Vader toys, and, like, the spaceship and stuff, and toy lightsaber and all that. We just grew out of it. Yeah. Like, I didn't grow out of Pokemon, and he did. I saw a wonderfully done Tumblr post about him being Force sensitive, but it comes out in sarcasm. So there's this whole bit where they think Darth Vader is in a foreign relationship. In that universe, a lot of things may or may not be Force sensitive. It is in things, so there's no telling. Also, it's a franchise which has had stuff retconned as well, so it's like, who's keeping track? Oh, Jesus, I hate it when they give me ones with, like, 300 arm options, because, like, I'm only going to use one, and then the others are just going to be there, uselessly. Make an arm golem out of them, but there's no key slots for them. Although, I suppose you probably could. It's just, like, I get that it's, like, for the choice, but it's also awkward, so I'm like, well, now I've just got, like, 6 arms. Well, not even 6, I got, like, 7, because it's an odd number now, because I used 1. So I'm like, now I've got just a bunch of arms to do nothing with. Who do you think I am, Curls? You made us a big bad boss fight with, like, 7 arms, and then we realised that the mechanic was to rip his arms off, so I had a field there. This does not want to fit in. Like, at all. Mad Mage tries to make it ultimate flesh golem that doesn't have loads of money, so makes it out of hundreds of arms. Why are they cheaper? They came from the second-hand store. Oh my god. Ha 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 ha. That does not want to go in. Been like molded wrong. Or warped in some way. It's too little for me to like get a good hold on. See you, Pyra. Have a good day. You could body horror it and make the experimental fusion in Steven Universe. Arms on arms. God. Terrifying. Okay, I think he's gonna just have to sort of be kind of rammed in and pray that the glue will hold it in place, and then we'll have to strengthen it with putty, and he's gonna have a bit of a weirdly long neck. Use the arms as weapons, and the people will be like, look out, he's armed! Ha 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 ha. He has the right to bear arms! Short sleeves for everyone. Cheese for everyone. Goat man. hold the blade too close to my fingies. That's a bit better. Smooth it down a bit. Didn't even matter that much because it's literally hidden by his arm. It's the Goat Man. He's angry because Shawn Mendes took his bridge. That's a Displacer kitty. Like the invisible one. Neat. Put a little liver and pillow for the Goat Man. In case he comes to town. What? Can I try to encourage you to bend upwards a little bit just so you're not touching the base? Shout out to the D&D movie, because for some reason my brain had not made the connection that the tendrils on the Displacer beast were the things causing the displacement. I just thought they were just appendages that it could attack with. I didn't realise that that was, like, what they did. See, when it comes to these minis that are made of clear plastic, if I were a smarter person, I'd work out how to put LEDs in them, but I am not, and I'm not going to. So I've done it with a couple of things before. What I'm going to do is I literally will leave. I will leave the purple plastic clear, and I will try my best to only paint the ground. So the ground will be solid, but the mini will be clear. I think I've got one other mini that I did that on, and it worked out okay. Another night guy. Alright, night guy number 4. Where's your head now, mate? That one fits in a bit better than the other one. In case he comes to town. Okay, why have you decided not to stick in this instance? Pile the glue on. Wow. I wonder if we will actually get to Endwalker today. I said yesterday that would be immensely funny if we started Endwalker just for me to stop and go play Guild Wars next week because there's a new patch. decided to hold off on any more Guild Wars till my mouse gets here, and then I'll play it free till the Possums Xmas sale comes. Hey, nice. That's a good way to do it. That is a good way to do it. There's going to be Twitch drops next week as well for the new patch. Which basically is watch me stream and you get free stuff. Where are you in the story? I'm up to date. That's why I'll be going straight to play the new stuff. I'm up to date. I've done all of the story so far. Oh, you're asking Nemo. Nemo's just started. So if you've got a new character that you want to try out, to be fair, I did make my Char Elementalists, and I haven't actually level boosted them, so I could just not level boost them. In FF. Couldn't tell you off the top of my head, I don't know the name of the quest, but I'm in like, basically the last patch, because I did the dungeon. I think I'm in, like, basically the last patch. We did that dungeon last week. The one where Curls blessed me and was willing to stop playing Dragon Age to do it with me because she loves it that much. It's not that she loves me, it's that she loves the dungeon. That arm at least goes in fairly easily. There. Where does this one go? Ugh. Any professions missing from the Guild and Guild Wars? I have no idea what I want for some of them, but not all of them. May help me pick one if there is a need to fill. Yeah, I think every profession is covered. Gathering tools aren't a thing you need. You just need to gather. Yeah. Also, Guild Wars has material storage as well, which is like a fucking godsend that every MMO should do. So that when you gather materials, you can just right-click and go send to storage, and it just sends it, and you don't have to clog up your inventory. I mean, yeah, the storage is limited and you have to buy more with actual money because Guild Wars is a free game, so obviously there's microtransactions, but frankly, I don't care.
Bad habits lead to late night and alone conversations with a stranger barely know. Swimming
Taking one to match your class is usually worth it. Yeah, generally. Generally, you want to take one that matches your class, whether you want to take one to make armor or make a weapon. It's up to you. Or dual crafting to make accessories, which I believe was the other one. I can't get this in the right position.
falling over everything to reach the first time spark. It started under neon lights and then it all got dark. I only know how to go too far. Bad habits lead to late night and alone conversations with a stranger barely
FF doesn't bog you down with drops at all. Oh my boy. Oh, you sweet summer child, somebody hasn't been to the firmament. If you're just playing the game, no it doesn't. If you start crafting and you're like, oh, I need these materials, you will have no inventory space.
nothing happens after two. It's true, my bad habits lead to you.
Whereas I feel like in Guild Wars you can get quite a lot passively, whether just from gathering or from using the loot. But they've got material storage. Also in Guild Wars, generally, you know how you get the unidentified gear? Generally what you will want to do is identify it, and then desynth down all of the stuff you get from it and get the raw materials, because the raw materials are better.
Conversations with a stranger.
Because then you can actually craft good stuff with them instead of the crap stuff that you get out of identifying.
I got nothing left to lose or use. Oh, do my bad habits lead to wide-eyed staring at space?
If it's rare identified gear, identify it and then play it by ear. And the same with the exotics. If it's exotic, I think you can sort of look at it and be like, oh, is this any good? Do I want to keep it? Do I want to sell it? If it's not selling for a lot, then you desynth it down. After you pick up your third or fourth class, you perpetually have no inventory space. This is true. This is true. The thing about FF's crafting is that when you get to the higher levels, it uses stuff from other classes. So you end up with the choice of, am I going to buy this, or am I going to craft it myself? And then you pick up another crafting class, and suddenly you have even more stuff in your inventory. Just gonna let him dry, like, just a bit. I was about to grab another bag, but I did actually check what time it was, so that's probably not going to start a new one. I suppose that it's just different strokes for different people, because obviously there's arguments for and against, of like, oh, in FF it's nice that you have just one character, so you always have all your stuff, but at the same time in Guild Wars it's kind of nice that they're separate characters, because it means one character isn't getting bogged down having to carry, 4 different armor sets for 4 different classes. It's just, you know, your presets for your class. So it's like, there's arguments for and against both. There is no inherently correct or incorrect system. I used up a lot of these today. They're all just slightly off camera. You can't quite see them. But there's so many based up minis just here. In fact, yeah, you can sort of slightly see the mountain of bases that we've done. And all of these need to have clay put on them, kind of like I've started with this guy. He's only half done. Because I was just using the leftover clay that I had. So, now that I've done a bunch of sticking again and I've got a bunch of bases, I can go back and do a bunch more clay. And that's how we're probably going to be alternating for a bit, is doing a bunch of sticking and then doing a bunch of clay. Until either the glue or the clay runs out. But when it comes to like the bigger bases, like this guy, he's going to use a lot of clay to fill in these gaps, so we'll see how rapidly we go through the clay once we start doing the big ones, because I've mostly been doing little ones. It's cool. Universal Gathering sets in FF are helpful in that regard, and then if you have people like me that have stupid amounts of bank space but still have no room. Yeah. Core's Guild Wars bank makes me angry because Core has bought so much additional bank space and it is somehow still full. I have an eighth of the bank space that Core has. Because you're just holding on to such inane shit. Every time you open up your bank, me and Den are like, why do you have this? Why do you have trophies? They are literally designed to be sold. You don't need them. Yeet it. Or do some crafting. Because you're like, oh, but I need to hold on to it for crafting stuff. And I'm like, okay, but are you going to do any crafting? No. Oh, hi, Peach. Hello. Lovely to see you. I'll craft you. How dare you. I am having a tirade against Core. Don't mind me. Okay, let's see. These guys probably aren't going to fit on these. Oh, big pigeon. I require Elden Naps to have an amazing stream. Thanks, Nemo. I'm going to be going for lunch soonish, I think. Because it's 1 o'clock. He's going to overhang on that base. As is he. Ugh, they're all too big. All too big. And I got this guy as well. He needs... Yeah, I think that size base will probably do. Painting figures is easy for me. I just use a 1-inch brush so I can paint more at the same time. Oh my god, Peach. Ah, he's too big. Oh, I've only got one of these left. I have two types of bases, one with a slight lip on them, and one without. So he's probably going to have to go on there with a slight bit of overhang. Because I think that the next size up is too big for him. I think that's too big for his size category of monster. Yeah, I don't think he's a huge. There's the monster manual. How big is a hook horror? Horror. 5e stat block. Yeah, it's large. Cool, so that's a 2-inch base. I hate to tell you this, Blue, but as I had to do work things I missed, alright, I can assume it was clean your fucking bank. Basically, yes. Basically, yes. If you're holding on to stuff because you need it for crafting, then do some fucking crafting instead of just hoarding it for 5 years. Or give it to me. Yeah, so he needs to go on that base, and that is my last one. So I'm going to take a picture of that so I can ask for more to be 3D printed for me. I'm not going to buy bases when I can get them 3D printed for tuppence. Just be like, hi, I need more of these ones, please. Right, so you're going on there. So yeah, he's gonna have a little bit of overhang. I just realised that the camera was tilted because I was showing you guys the ones to the side that I've done. That's dried okay. Sorry if my head gets in frame. Okay. Oh my goodness, there's still so many to do. There's still so many to do. Target secured. Put that back in the bag with all the other ones. This is just a handful from the box. The box still has probably about 5 handfuls in it. And that's not including the ones that aren't in the box. Nemo, do you have the common clothes outfit? Nemo's gone to sleep, Core. Nemo's gone to have a sleep. I went to go and grab another couple from the cupboard while I had the bases. There's more than this to base up still, but I can't see what is left in the cupboard at the moment. Oh, you're not going to fit on that. So you need one without a lip. So again, we have ones with and without lips. So you are going to go on there. And you can just go on there. There we go. Leave him to dry. What?
Beata Maria, you know I am a righteous man.
Of my virtue I am justly proud. Mushroom Man! A very tall mushroom man. In comparison to the other people. So these three all have to go on lipless bases because of the size of the bit they are stood on. And they're probably all going to overhang. Which annoys me. When they do that, why do we have a unified scaling system if you're not gonna follow it? Okay, that is probably gonna do me for today, though. Bag of bases off to the side. Yeah. I've still got these Sneeple just off to the side that we started painting. And, like, haven't finished. Because the lighting is unreliable because of the winter weather, I would prefer to do this. Got a bunch of screws and plastic throwaway. Close up the box. This is the box. It can't even all fit on camera. Big old box of stuff. Filled with minis. We had about 5 of these of different sets. And now I only have 1 left. But it's still basically full. There's a big Dargan in here. I'm looking forward to doing him. I've done almost all of these on the back. He is, he got based and put to one side to dry. Owlbear's done, Wizard is based, the Gorilla, the Griffin is in the cupboard, and this snake guy is, like, right here. Yes. And these ghost pirates as well. They need basing though. So much stuff. So much stuff. I ended up not leaning the water as much because we didn't use the players and shit there. I will probably see you all next Wednesday morning is when we're next going to do more mini stuff again. Wednesday and Thursday mornings. Putting all of these on the mat. So many little guys. Oh my god, look at all these guys that we based today. So many little guys. Yeah, things like the goblins is when I should give, like, Spook an elbow and be like, hey, how about you paint some minis with me? And we just do, like, a bunch of goblins together for, like, an afternoon. Oh my god, I've based so many things, I can't fit them all on my mat. And you go with that. You're not done. I got 3 common clothes tonics left. I mean, those are tonics though, they don't count. Sell them or bin them. you all away. We're tidying so that I don't freaking ADHD and then just leave my room in a mess for a week. So move that aside. We fold this up. Choose the microphone. No, we didn't do any painting this week, so that doesn't have any paint on it. Put the mat over there where you guys can't see it. That's where it lives. Until next week. Hello. Sorry, I'm moving the microphone again. Sorry. Sorry. There we go. Great. Exit that out. Tuck you away until you are needed for next week. Right. Unplug the camera, because we're not using it anymore. Disassemble it. Cool, so yeah, as you guys know at this point, we've been doing it for like, what, 8 months at this point? I will be back after lunch to stream an MMO. In this case, it's going to be Final Fantasy today. We keep saying. We're going to be going back to Guild Wars next week, but we're going to continue with Final Fantasy today. Disassembling my camera stand. If you're wondering what the heck the noises are. They can be traded for the outfit at Blacklight in person. I will pass them to new friends. Are they tradable? Important question. Are they tradable? And even though they haven't played it a lot since they first started, I guess the other two could go to PK and Rosa, because they started playing Guild Wars. They didn't play for very long because there were other games that they wanted to play, which is understandable and is fair. But if you have PK and Rosa on your friends list, then I guess you can just mail it to them. It's not like it's not like FF where you have to be standing next to someone and trade. You can just send something big in the mail. Although you can mail. Right. And there we go. Desk is tidied. Brain is happy. Because desk has been tidied. Cool. And I'm gonna drink some water. Pretty sure I already set them sets. I assumed you already have set. Oh yeah, I've had common clothes since like the first year I played. At this point, I only assume that new people don't have common clothes because they're common. Funnily enough, I'm surprised you have so many tonics. But anyway, I'm rambling at this point. I need to go have lunch. And go for a walk for my exercise and my mental health. So I can stay a healthy streamer. And not just be inside all the time. So, I will see you guys in a couple hours. For the fantasy finals. Or whatever it's called. I've had a message from Girls. It's amazing. Carlos has sent me new stream music. We got new stream music, and it's called It's So Beatable, which is fantastic. Right, I'll probably listen to that on my break to see if I like it and add it to the stream playlist. Go for walkies and punch monsters. I will. I'm gonna go play Monster Hunter. And maybe Pokemon Go, but probably not as much. And I will see you then. I will see you for next stream in a couple of hours. If not, enjoy the rest of your day. Bye! Love you, bye!